Doesn't it look like we're waiting in line to go on a ride at Disneyland?
Yes!
Right?
In 2019, Brie Larson seemed to have it all. She won an Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Room and played Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, her career took a sharp downturn due to several public statements that many viewed as arrogant, PR mistakes, and poorly performed films. What caused this change for an actress once praised for her talent? Larson's efforts to promote inclusivity and accountability in Hollywood often faced backlash, which alienated some of her fans. What started as a minor criticism became a larger wave, leading to a gradual decline in her career. Let's explore the reasons behind her fall from grace and the lessons we can learn from her challenging journey. Some young actresses can lose their careers if they gain too much fame quickly. They can become overly confident and push people away by behaving poorly. This happened to Rachel Zegler, but Brie Larson was a trailblazer for this type of downfall. She set the stage for others to follow her path of career failure, becoming an example of how ego can harm success. Today, Brie Larson is more of a forgotten name in film history. However, in 2010, she had a promising career. She was a rising star, winning an Oscar and taking on both indie and big-budget films. She had a lead role in a blockbuster franchise and seemed poised to dominate Hollywood. Then, things slowly fell apart due to PR problems, fake activism, and disappointing film performances. It was a tragic turn of events, like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Brie Larson, born Brienne Sidoni Desaulniers in California in 1989, was raised by wealthy parents who homeschooled her, making her shy and awkward. When her parents divorced when she was 7, she lived with her mother, which caused tension with her father. This background partly explains her later behavior. Brie and her mom moved to Los Angeles to help her pursue acting and music. She landed minor roles in TV shows and indie films, along with a brief attempt at a music career. Her breakthrough came with the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which put her on the radar. However, her rise wasn't quick, and she continued to take on minor, forgettable roles in films like The Trouble with Bliss and Trainwreck. Her big break came with the 2015 film Room. The movie was critically acclaimed and earned Brie an Oscar win, gaining her serious attention in Hollywood. By this point, she had built a strong reputation and showcased her skills in big-budget films like 2017's Kong, Skull Island, which grossed over $500 million worldwide. In 2016, Brie was cast as Carol Danvers in the MCU movie Captain Marvel. At first glance, this seemed like a great opportunity, as the MCU was incredibly popular. A leading role in their films promised financial security and the chance for greater success. However, this role also marked the start of her career's decline. Captain Marvel was promoted as the first female-led Marvel film, which sparked mixed reactions. Critics noted that Black Widow could have been a better choice for this role, as she was already a well-known character played by a more established actress. Many felt that introducing Captain Marvel so late in the franchise was an odd choice. When the first trailer for Captain Marvel came out in 2018, many people criticized it. They thought the main character seemed overpowered and not very likable, and they were not impressed with Brie Larson's performance. She looked unhappy and appeared to take the fun out of the movie. By then, audiences were also tired of seeing another strong female character added to a franchise that had been successful without her. This led to a public relations crisis for Marvel. Brie Larson found herself at the storm's center, and people began to notice her comments. Larson expressed her frustration with men, especially white men, saying, "I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him." Her remarks hinted at deeper issues. Larson also seemed difficult to work with during interviews with other Marvel actors. She commented, "I do all my stunts, and I did my stunts because I thought that's what everyone did." Her responses were arrogant and combative, and she appeared humorless, just like the character she played. Critics used this as extra ammunition against her. Like the Ghostbusters remake, Captain Marvel and Larson became hot topics of controversy in online debates. The movie performed well in public, making over $1 billion and receiving positive reviews from mainstream media. However, behind the scenes, Marvel felt the backlash strongly. This kind of negative attention was new to them. While the film made a lot of money, the negative feelings about the character and the actress created issues for the franchise. As a result, Captain Marvel's role in Endgame was shortened to just a cameo, and plans to promote her as the franchise's new face were put on hold. Hollywood has notably distanced itself from Brie Larson in recent years. Casting directors are often wary of hiring stars who have garnered divisive opinions, fearing their involvement could jeopardize a project's financial success. As a result, Larson's opportunities appeared to dwindle overnight, plunging her into a struggle to maintain her standing within the industry. To improve her public perception, she launched her own YouTube channel, positioning it as a platform to showcase her personal life and connect with fans. Brie Larson is an actress who has faced challenges connecting with her audience. Although she tried to present herself as relatable and friendly on her YouTube channel, many found her attempts awkward and forced. During unscripted segments, she often seemed uncomfortable and struggled to connect with her guests, who appeared to be chosen rather than spontaneous. Despite her acting success, presenting herself to the public has been her most challenging role. As interest in her YouTube channel declined, Larson decided to close it and focus on her acting career, which had started to wane. She often expressed uncertainty about returning to the Captain Marvel franchise. She typically responded, "I don't know," when asked if she would return. "I don't know, does anyone want me to do it again?" She admitted, even when pressed for a more precise answer, "I don't know, I don't have the answer to that." This revealed her ongoing struggles and concerns about her place in the industry. The Marvels was a crucial opportunity for Larson. It could revitalize her career if it succeeded like the first Captain Marvel film. However, if it failed, it would indicate that the first film's success was more about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, than her talent. The pressure on the Marvels was immense, impacting her future and her character's legacy. Unfortunately, the Marvels did not perform well. It became one of the biggest disappointments in MCU history, earning only around $200 million worldwide and receiving poor reviews. This failure jeopardized Captain Marvel and Larson's careers, leading to a significant career crisis. Where does this leave Brie Larson today? With her film career stalling, she is returning to the theater. Recently, she took on a challenging role in the play Elektra in London's West End. Critics noted that her performance was filled with bitterness, resentment, and desperation, reflecting her personal and professional struggles. Larson's career journey raises complex questions. Once seen as a rising star, she now serves as a cautionary tale about the risks of fame. Learning when to stay quiet appears to be an important lesson from her experiences. Recently, Larson showed signs of growth. When journalists tried to get her to discuss Johnny Depp in his latest film, she responded, I don't know, I'm sorry. I don't understand the correlation or why me specifically." This thoughtful reaction suggests she has learned from her tough times. Will fans see Brie Larson back in movies? The chances seem slim. The industry has moved on, and younger talent is taking the spotlight. Larson's prolonged absence has made it hard for her to regain her previous status, highlighting how quickly fame can fade. At least she left us with a memorable episode of Crash and Burn. That's all I have to say for now.